Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're talking about the Miami Heat. Quick question. I've been told that some people would rather have pictures pertaining to whatever I'm talking about instead of highlights pertaining to whatever I'm talking about. So would you guys, for example, in this video, rather have Miami Heat pictures looping or Miami Heat highlights? I did both for this one, but let me know. So they went 44 and 38. They have the 18th pick in the draft. And in my latest mock at 18, I had them going, I kind of regret this. Leonard Miller, I don't see that really being the pick anymore. I honestly see them going for an NBA ready player or even trading that pick. They have a few free agents this year with Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Kevin Love, and Cody Zeller. Udonis Haslam all being unrestricted free agents. Victor Oladipo has a player option. Omer, year 7, Jamal Cain, and Orlando Robinson all are restricted free agents. I expect Orlando Robinson, Jamal Cain to be back. Omer, year 7, I do not know. We know that the Heat are going star hunting. They're targeting James Harden, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Kyrie. They're trying to find a star next to Bam and Jimmy Butler. And I think the one thing is Bam's one of the best defenders in the planet. But I want to hear your guys do you think Bam has reached a ceiling in terms of his offensive game that they believe that to be, a championship contender, that they need someone else to be the second option next to Jimmy, or Jimmy to be the second option, someone else to be the first option? What are your guys' thoughts? Is that why they're going star hunting? I'm just wondering. So this is a team that won 44 games, but they finished with 25th in offense efficiency, 27 in three-point percentage, and lost the first playing game to Atlanta. But then they went and beat the top-seeded Bucks in the first round, the Knicks in the second, and then sent home Boston in the East Finals. And they ranked third in offense efficiency, third in three-point percentage during the playoffs. And the Heat had 289 regular season games missed this year due to injury. So Eric Spoelstra played 26 different lineups. The injuries to Hero, Butler, Gabe Vincent also saw Miami use 6 different starting lineups in the playoffs. And the decision part of this is they have a franchise high $173 million payroll going into next year. All right. And 61% of it is dedicated to Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero, making Miami a luxury team for the second time in 9 seasons. The new collective bargaining agreement set to begin in July that restricts and penalizes high-spending teams on how they build their roster. This will mean the Heat will not have access to the $5 million taxpayer mid-level exception, or are not allowed to sign a player bought out of their contract like they did with Kevin Love this past season. The stringent second apron rules cannot aggregate salaries in trade, restricted on trading future draft picks, not allowed to send cash in a trade, don't start until the 2024 offseason. So Miami has 1 season left to, of not needing to choose between Strus or Vincent, or mandating a shed of Kyle Lowry's contract. But a new contract for Caleb Martin next year and signing both Strus and Vincent could put the team over the 2024 cap, even if they were able to shed Kyle Lowry's contract going into next year. So I think finances is going to be something, because like I said, they are trying to aggregate salaries and target Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, and the Heat would not be able to do this trade next year because Hero, Duncan Robinson draft compensation for a player earning $45 million would not be allowed, because they would be a tax apron team. So the Heat dodged the luxury tax last year, but it's not going to be able to dodge it this year unless they trade Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry. And including its first round pick and the $9.5 million player option, they're projected to be $14 million over the threshold. Oladipo and Haywood Highsmith are both probably going to be on the roster next year. So this offseason, what are you guys thinking they need to do? I think first off, you got to bring back Gabe Vincent. The guy started 34 games this year, averaged 11 points, 43% from the field, 36% from 3. And this is a guy who scored 29 points in Game 3 against Boston. And the Heat, if they decide with Strus, is Strus a luxury or a priority? He played 80 games this past year, averaged 11.5 points, 35% from 3. $10 million. They're supposedly $10 million each is what they're looking at on a year. So 3 to 4 years, 30 to 40 million. So it'll be interesting. And Bam Adebayo is up for an extension. They can offer him 2 years and 97 million with the extension starting in 26-27. If Adebayo passes on a new contract, he could sign a 4-year, 243 Supermax next offseason if he earns all NBA. Adebayo shot, 63.8% on layups and dunks, a 6.2% decrease from the year before. And he was second on the team on points. The drop was the 5th largest amongst players who attempt more than 200 shots at the rim. And to offset his struggles at the rim, Adebayo saw 36.8% last year to 46.5% completion on his jumpers. He made 2.5 jumpers per game inside the paint. So it's interesting to see that. And this is just wholly a team that needs to go out, get some shooting, front court help, and depth. After ranking 3rd in catch and shoot 3-point for field goal percentage last year, the Heat slid to 28th. They started 5 different players at power forward: Butler, Love, Highsmith, Caleb Martin, and Nikola Jovic. Love has non-bird rights, and the maximum Miami can re-sign him to a contract that does not exceed 3.8. And they have their own 24 first-round pick, and will send Oklahoma City a top 14 protected in 25. The pick is unprotected in 26 if it's not conveyed the prior year. The Heat are allowed to trade their 23 first and a future first starting 2 years after the conditions to OKC have been met. They can put a max of 3 first-round picks in a trade. They have 2 second-round picks available for trade. Now the guys under roster for next season, like I said, Jamal Cain, Orlando Robinson will be back. Same thing with Haywood Highsmith, Nikola Jovic, Caleb Martin, Victor Oladipo, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson could be trade candidates. Same thing with Tyler Hero. But if we look at free agents that they can go, because talking about, hypothetical trades is, in my opinion, not the most fun thing in the world. So if you look at this, who could they go out and get realistically for the money that they can spend? I mean, Dylan Brooks is always a guy, love him or hate him. He can give you something. But outside of that, I think, Grant Williams, Kelly Oubre, if they were willing to take a discount, same thing with Mason Plumlee, Malik Beasley, Trey Jones, Lonnie Walker, Matisse Thybulle, Kobe White, Ayo DeSumo, Jalen McDaniels, Thomas Bryant, Patrick Beverly, Georges Niang, maybe bring back Josh Richardson, Jalen Noel, Javon Carter. I think these are all guys, Torrey Craig, Shake Milton, maybe even Yuta Watanabe, Josh Okogie, are all guys I think could help this team win games. So let me hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think? But that's the video. Peace out.